Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Workplace English Communication Contacts and Strategies. This is our first lecture on the new unit Customer Service. Are you ready? Let me show you our agenda for today. Our lecture today can be put into two sections. In the first sections, we will learn different types of markets as well as keywords related to the topic customer service. In the second part, we are going to read a new article called Going, Gone. But before we read it closely, I am going to invite you to practice the reading strategy we have picked up before. They are predictions and skimming. Do you still remember them? If you don't, that's okay. In our lecture later, you will have the chance to practice them again. So let's get started. These are the types of markets we are going to work on. Now I would like you to take out a piece of paper and write these words down, because in the following slides I am going to ask you to identify these markets yourself. I'm actually going to ask you to match them with the images on the slides. So now please press the pause button and get a piece of paper and write down these 5 types of markets, which are commodities markets, real estate market, stock market, consumer goods market, and labor market. Alright, let me show you the next slide. As you see, there are picture A, B, C, D, E on this slide. Please press the pause button and try to match the types of market with the images on this slide. Okay, so I just assume you are done with the practice. Now let me go over the answers with you. I would like to start with picture E. What do you see in picture E? In picture E, you see coffee beans, right? Are there any pictures related to coffee on this slide? Yes, picture A, right? So picture E, you see the raw material, which is coffee beans, okay? So picture E is what we call a commodities market. A commodity market refers to a market that sells raw materials. For example, the drinks we enjoy in Starbucks all come from coffee beans. So the drinks are from coffee beans, which means the raw materials are coffee beans. So a market that sells raw materials is called commodities market. And the market that sells the finished product is called a consumer goods market. Okay? So the first thing you need to learn is the difference between commodities market and consumer goods market. Commodity market is the market that sells raw materials for finished products. And consumer goods market is the market that sells finished products. And here we use the example of coffee beans and drinks to help you tell the difference. Now let's go to picture B. In picture B, you see a lot of business people in suits, right? So obviously this is labor market, and we are especially talking about human labor. Picture C, this is a common ad we usually see on the street, right? On this ad, you see 9 posting about different houses. So a market about selling houses is what we call real estate market. Okay, real estate market. And finally, picture D, you see a lot of statistics, number going up and going down. This is quite a risky game to play. This is what we call a stock market. Okay, I hope you got most of them right. So these are the types of market you need to learn. Now let's move on. I'm going to show you 4 sentences, and in each sentence, 1 to 2 words are in green. I want you to spend some time to use the given sentence to help you decide the meaning of that word. Now please press the pause button and do that, please. Okay, I assume you finished what I asked you to do. Then now let's take a look at each sentence. The first sentence, the marketplace brings together the buyers and sellers of goods and services. So obviously, marketplace refers to what the succeeding sentence is about. It's a place for people to shop or sell different things or services. Okay, so that's what we call a marketplace. And then in the second sentence, the supply and demand determines how the negotiation will turn out and what the price will be. So supply and demand, what are they? In the context of marketplace, supplies means to give products, and demands means the needs of the customers. So the supply and demand as a whole will decide how much a product is. Usually, if something is in high demand and we do not have enough supply, then the price will be expensive. Okay? And I believe you all learned the supply and demand graph in senior high school. And the word negotiation here means the process of discussing something with someone to reach an agreement. So when 2 parties of people do not agree on something, they need to talk about it together. And this process is what we call negotiation. And the verb form is negotiate. We have 2 useful expressions you can learn. Negotiate from the position of strength and negotiate from the position of weakness. If someone negotiates from the position of strength, it means this person has more control in the discussions. And if someone negotiates from a position of weakness, it means this negotiations does not work in his or her favor. He or she might not get what he or she wants in the end. So these are 2 useful expressions you can learn. Negotiate from the position of strength or weakness. Okay, the same. Please press the pause button and read these 2 sentences and use the given sentences to decide the meaning of the green words. Okay, I assume you finished what I asked you to do. Let's take a look at the first sentence. Today, new electronic marketplaces have emerged on the internet where businesses can sell direct to consumers, or to other businesses. So as you can see, we can tell the meaning of an electronic marketplace easily by the word internet. So electronic marketplaces refers to markets on the internet. And here in the electronic marketplaces, we have businesses selling to other businesses as well. So this is what we call B2B, business to business. The fourth sentence, some electronic marketplaces use auctions where buyers submit bids and the highest bidder wins. So What is an auction? It is a situation where there are buyers and they might tell people how much they are willing to pay for something. So an auction is a public sale of goods where people offer money for each things. And bids is offers of money. Okay? So to help you understand what an auction is, let me show you an image. In this image, you will see these two women raising their hands to show their bids, and the highest bidders will win the auction. Okay, so now we have talked about 5 types of marketplaces and several keywords related to customer service.